So you're a counsellor for almost 20 years.
Yes.
So why did you decide to write the book about infidelity?
Well, after sitting with many people, women who'd come to see me for help, I've seen them absolutely fall apart in desperation. And one of the things that became apparent was that what I was listening to was literally following a script of how the men were behaving. So there would be a script before the affair was found out, a script for when it was found out, a script for the wife, a script for the mistress, and a script for the friends. And there was such a commonality between all these people that were sitting with me that I felt this, you know, this really, we need to get something out there to help other women. Yes, I think you might be. Well, I can't say everybody is, and of course it's not just men that betray, women do as well. But it was really, the research for the book was based on the fact that things were happening which was so common.
Yeah. So what was it that you noticed in your research that flagged up what was going on in your own life?
Well, funnily enough, Richard and I had reached, I think, a really nice part in our life because, you know, we'd gone to Qatar, that's where he works now. And although I was travelling backwards and forwards because there was family issues that needed attending to, you know, we were really in a good place. And then all of a sudden I noticed that he seemed to become overprotective with his phone. And rather than leaving it face up, it would be face down. And sometimes, you know, these late night text messages would come in. And one particular time I just said, you know, I'm feeling a little bit suspicious, you know, who was that? And, you know, he pressed a few buttons and next minute he showed me something on Twitter and I just thought, no, something
fobbing you off, really.
Yeah, something's going on here. And I always say to people, gut feelings really matter. And
but some people are paranoid. I mean, there's people in relationships that are very paranoid that will keep saying, let me see your phone, let me see your phone.
Yes.
And the husband or the partner might be saying, well, no, because that's not going to help you or I. You need to deal with your feelings. So that's the same script, but not necessarily the same meaning.
Yes, and I think that's one of the things we address in the book, because some people who have maybe had trust issues in the past will be very sensitive and very suspicious of things which don't actually mean anything at all. But I think what you have to focus on is the response that you get. Now, if you're getting a response that's actually quite dismissive or quite defensive or can become quite angry, why would that be the case if everything that was innocent? So it's not so much maybe there are things happening, but when they are addressed, it's the response that you receive that might just think, well, that's not the usual. That's not what I normally expect. And therefore it might alert you to something that may be happening.
If you hadn't been writing the book, do you think you'd have spotted what he was up to?
I think I would, actually. I think I would, Phil. It's just that it was ironic that I was writing the book and I sort of had this suspicion, as I'm explaining, and I just thought, hang on a second here, this seems to be following
my life.
a pattern. Yes.
You so it was on his birthday, wasn't it? This is April 23rd last year.
Yeah.
And you were in Qatar at the time, and you worked out who the girl was. What happened? How did you realise it was her?
Okay. I